this world, changing your mindset.
Being a religious nation, would you say is for our advantage or for our disadvantage? That's a question I'm asking every one of us today. Good to have you on another edition of your weekly TV talk show, Be This World. It's my pleasure to have you join us this week. A quick break, I'll be right back. Please stay with us, don't get away. Welcome back to just joining us. This is Be This World. And today on my show, Be This World, we're going to be discussing what I tag the big issue. Somebody is just saying, what is that is the big issue? I don't know. But just wait until you meet with my guest today. You'll find out what I'm saying or what I meant by big issue. It is one topic we don't like talking about in our society. My guest today on the show is a nurse. Her name is Olayinka Olaolopin. Good to have you on Be This World.
Thank you very much.
I hope I didn't murder that name.
Don't worry, my name is Olayinka Olaolopin.
Olaolopin. I'm pardoned.
It's okay.
But it's not good for me. I'm a Nigerian. I should be able to pronounce it properly.
No problem. You will learn.
Sex or peace? Therapy, sex therapies.
Yeah.
Wow, this is one topic we don't like talking about in our society. Yeah. We find it sacred. Yeah. Do you understand? And we still get involved in it. We indulge in it.
Yeah.
Now tell us, what is sexopist?
Sexopist simply means sex therapy. Sex therapist. I'm a sex therapist. I'm a nurse. I've treated sex and sexual related issues for over a decade. And I've realized that we tag it as something that is sacred. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about sex. And I've found out that sex is exciting, is interesting, is sweet if it is well served, and we all enjoy it. But we don't like to talk about it.
I like that area. It's sweet.
Yeah, it's exciting and it's interesting.
And it's sweet.
Yes.
If it's exciting, interesting, and sweet, everybody in the world like these three things that I mentioned. Then why is it that we as a people, we don't like talking about it? If it's these three things you talked about.
You know, growing up as a child, our parents painted most of our parents painted the wrong picture of sex to us. They made us believe that sex is not something that is not good, because they tell you that if a guy touches you, you get pregnant.
I was told that too.
If you touch a girl, the girl's pregnant, and you won't go to school again. So that has put a barrier in our minds. Another thing is that, you see, our mindset when it comes to sex is that it's something that is sacred that we should not talk about. Something that we should not go near, even though we all enjoy it when it is well served. So, and another issue is our background, our culture, our religiosity affects us. We don't talk about it. And what I've discovered is that our ancient books, talking about the Bible and the Quran, there are places where sex was being discussed. It's just that most of us don't open to those parts of those books. Because we want to tell me sacred, we don't want to talk about it. And that's why when people have issues relating to sex in their marriage, in their relationships, they don't discuss it. I've seen people want to marry, someone, and simply because they just feel this person might not be compatible with me sexually, they just dump that guy or that lady. Even in marriages, you see,
and we still have people who like what you said earlier, who this sex was served properly. He said it depends on how it's being served.
Yeah,
and they serve them properly and they still dump them.
Yes. Because you see,
is this still the mindset thing? Or a religious thing?
I tell people that, relationships go beyond sex. Yes, you could get sex without being intimate with the other person. But when it comes to marriage relationship, intimacy precedes sex. If you're not intimate with your spouse, there is no how you will enjoy sex with that person. Yes, there could be sex, there could be sexual intercourse, but it will not be enjoyable because you're not intimate. Because the things that you should do before having the intercourse, you will not be able to do them because they need intimacy for you to carry out those things. For example,
like what?
For example, you're supposed to have foreplay. with your spouse. If you're not intimate, you will not be interested in the foreplay, because in the first place you're not intimate, so you don't even want the person to touch you. You just sleep as a woman, you just sleep like a log of wood, because the person is not intimate with you. Your spouse is not intimate with you. So sex is not the next thing on your mind. There are issues you want, cleared off first before you begin to think of sex. Sorry,
pardon me to say, they say about 80 or 85% of Nigerian men don't get into foreplay. Once they want sex, it has already rewired in their brain, so they just want to plug. So
the challenge with an average African man, not just Nigerian man, is that there's a psych, there's a belief that let me just go in and come out, let me just insert my penis into the vagina, and as soon as I ejaculate, I'm good, and they move on from there. Meanwhile, they leave the woman dry. So the woman is not looking forward to another round of sexual intercourse. She's not even interested, because she feels used. She feels used, because what it means that the man has just used her to achieve his own objective. Meanwhile, sex is supposed to be enjoyed by both male and female. The woman and the man in that marriage relationship should enjoy sex. And how do we achieve that? The man needs to be patient. You can't say because you have erection, the next thing you want to just go in and just come out. It doesn't work that way. The woman needs to enjoy it too. How? Do foreplay. Ask her the places she wants you to touch. Is it her breast? Is it her vagina? Is it where? Ask her, know where she wants you to touch that will make her to reach orgasm. Because if she does not reach orgasm and you ejaculate and you leave her, nothing for her, she has not had sex. You have just used her. And that makes her unhappy. That makes her touchy.
Do you know, not even people, even me, this thing we are talking now, and most of the words you're using, I'm feeling somehow, will people be watching this thing on national television? What impression am I creating? Yeah, we have small children there.
Yes.
So it's not just everybody, even me.
Yes.
I'm guilty of the same thing.
That's why such programs should be tagged, 13 and above. I have children. My daughter knows, my 13-year-old child knows what sexual intercourse is, because I tell them, I teach them. Our major issue is that we don't tell our children the truth. We don't tell them what it is. And that's why a lot of us as adults are where we are. Because we're not told the truth about sex. Nobody took us through the rudiments of sex and sexual intercourse. We just, find ourselves married and we learn on the way. Meanwhile, it's not supposed to be like that. It's just like going to school. You're trained in your profession. The same thing for marriage relationships. When we're talking about marriage, when we're counseling people, we should talk about every area in that marriage. As we talk about finance, as we talk about intimacy, we should talk about sex too.
In this part of the world, we have this mindset that before marriage, people should not get into sexual intercourse.
Yes.
So are you trying to say that people should try to find out the capability of their partner before going into sex?
Yes,
into marriage.
We say yes. What we say? Okay, the marriage bed undefiled. We should not have sexual intercourse before marriage, but you should know the status of your spouse before you marry, of your fiancé or fiancée before you marry the person.
If you're not defining the bed, how will you know?
Now you can know.
How? Please.
You can ask questions.
Please educate us.
Ask questions. Don't keep quiet. You see, speak out your fears. Ask your husband or wife to be questions. Now you see, because I've seen situations where people get married and the lady is an hermaphrodite. I've seen situations where people get married and the man is impotent. So if we had put measures in place to check, one of the things I tell ladies now is that look for a way to know whether he has an erection or not. There are different ways to know.
Without even penetration.
You don't have to penetrate. By the time you see, if you are attracted to somebody and you love someone and you hug the person as a man, most times there will be an erection. So you can know whether the thing is choking you on your body or not. You will know. It's not, you don't have to, I'm not saying go into sex before marriage, but the thing is that find a way out to find out. Look, run tests. See, I've seen situations where marriages break on the altar of sex.
This your smile is too much.
Yes, because people go into marriage blindly, forgetting about that, the fact that area is important.
Yeah, because what you said earlier, our culture, our religion has actually made it.
Yeah.
In this part of the world, you go into marriage for procreation. Yeah. But you actually have said that, yes, I know, for me, I know that the first purpose of marriage is companionship.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah. But in this part of the world, we actually go into, about 75% of us actually go into marriage for procreation.
Yeah.
To make babies.
Yeah.
So when you go into such marriage, if you made the baby, the man or the woman, you don't even, they're not seeing it. Most women turn their love to their children. And the man takes to the road. And the two couples are left.
Yes. Dry. Yeah. You see, it's a wrong notion. And I believe it's a myth. It's wrong. You see, I tell people, and I say it often, the children, you have the children because there was a connection between the two of you. I'm sorry to say, even the Bible does not say that marriage is for procreation. The first thing the Bible said is for companionship and helpmate. It didn't say baby manufacturer.
I like that.
Helpmate for you. So that's one. And the helpmate is in different, diverse areas of life. In your finance, in your business, in your career, in your sexual life, in your parenting life. So it's a wrong thing that, okay, women give birth to children and they shift their focus to their children. It's not proper, because if the man is not there, there wouldn't be children. And you see, I tell couples, if you are not happy in your relationship with your spouse, your children will notice it and they will not be happy.
And it will affect the children.
It will affect them negatively.
You don't hide it.
You see, you cannot hide love. If you're in love, you are in love, and people can see it.
It's radiates.
You know, I tell people that you emit something as an individual. So when you are not happy in your marriage, you will emit negativity most of the time.
And the children suffer it.
They suffer it. See, maybe I should use myself as an example.
Please,
I'm from a broken home. And I know the effect it has had on me over the years. So I'm always an advocate of, look, love your spouse, love your wife, love your husband. Be into each other. Know each other. Look, discuss your issues. Discuss your fears.
Nowhere to help each other.
Nowhere to see. And I tell people that marriage is not for, you know, a lot of people make mistakes now. They see themselves as competing partners. Marriage is not for competition. Marriage is for complementation. You're supposed to complement each other. Where you are weak and your spouse is strong, then the two of you focuses on that particular area. Look, I run Sexopeace because I have, yes, I want to do it, but I have a support from my husband. People ask me, your flyers are always beautiful. It's because he looks through the flyers. If they are not excellent, he tells me this should not go out. So that support is important. And I do the same thing for him. I tell him, look, this your write-up is not good enough. Can we tweak it a little? Can we do something about it? And he does the same thing, and we push it out, and everybody's clapping.
Are you
clapping for that? And we see. You know, another thing I like people to know is, look, in marriage, you are a team. For example, we are Team Olaolopin. You see, just like a football team, if your defender is not good, no matter how good your attacker is, the opponent is likely to win you.
I like that. Well, in fact, we've said it all here. But another thing I want to ask you. This certain, we live in a society that people will tell you, you will grow in love. Do you understand? For you to get this quality sex you talked about, you have to have appeal. You have to appeal to each other. Do you understand? How does that really work? But before you answer that question, let's go for a quick break. And when we return, we'll continue. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is BD's World, and today on the show we are discussing what I call big issue. What is big issue, BD? Don't worry, just join us. Olayinka, before we went on break, I thought we live in a society where they say you grow in love. Do you understand? And from what you've discussed and educated us now, it shows that for you to enjoy sex from your partner, you have to appeal to the person. So tell us more about this.
Now I tell people, you must be appealing to your partner, and there are different ways, to be appealing to your partner. The first thing is that you must have what I call intellectual intimacy. What I mean by intellectual intimacy, you must be on the same wavelength. You must be able to discuss the same issues. You might not see things from the same perspective.
Yeah.
But you must be able to, flow. For example, your husband is discussing football. Know a little about it
football.
And discuss it, because it makes him feel good, and it's your partner, it's your spouse.
Yeah.
Know a little about it. Your wife is discussing about, let's say, Edu. You might not have much to say about it. Just say, okay, this Edu is nice, it's not beautiful, or it's okay. And she wants to do something, you just say, look, I don't really like this Edu. See, it tells the person, look, you are into me. I am into you. Are interested in me. That's an appeal on its own. There are different, different ways. There's what I call there's something I'm throwing out very soon. I call it 7-day sex challenge. Number one, as a spouse, whether a man or a woman, you need to be neat. If you're not neat, you will not appeal to anybody.
Yeah.
If you're not neat, I will not be interested in having sex with you. What do I mean? Shave all the areas you need to shave. Clean them as at when due. If you find that you have odor, you have body odor or something, use spray. There are different kinds of antiperspirant that you can use, and you move on. Outside that, your mouth hygiene.
Yeah.
Your oral hygiene is very, very key. If you know that you have mouth odor, there are natural ways to take care of these things. Brush well, clean up, look good. Apart from that, look, you want to have sex with this person this night. Are you helping the person out in the kitchen? All you want to do is just come back from the office and you stretch your legs on the table, you read the newspaper, the woman is in the kitchen, going up and down. 2 hours she's in the kitchen. After 2 hours, if you ask her for sex, she looks at you as a wicked person. While she's in the kitchen, you can I'm not saying help her to do anything, and if you can help, the better.
Yeah.
Go there, pat her at the back. Oh, well done, my wife, good food. They serve you food, say thank you. Compliment the person. See, by the time you do all those things, I say most of the time people during the day score goals. What do I mean? Are you asking how she's doing? Are you texting her during the day to say hello, how are you doing, how's your day going? Just let her know, look, or let him know, I care, I'm concerned about you. Yes, I'm not with you where you are, but my mind is with you. So if you ask for sex in the night, it's a small deal. It's a small deal. Yeah. She doesn't see it as, or he doesn't see it as being used. It just flows. For example, in my house, nobody asks for sex. It flows. Because we're into each other. It just naturally flows. And another thing I've noticed also is that a lot of our women don't ask for sex. There's a mindset, there's a belief.
It's a taboo.
Yes,
for a woman
to ask. I want to say today categorically that there's nothing that is wrong with you as a wife asking your husband for sex. There's nothing wrong about it. Look, you're for each other. If you can ask your husband for money, why can't you ask for sex? It's the truth. You can ask for money now. So what's the big deal? Why can't you ask for sex?
It's your body.
Yes. It's your body. Your body belongs to him. His body belongs to you. And like I said, the ancient books talks about the fact that they were both naked and they were not ashamed. What are you ashamed of? Is your husband.
You said this sex thing comes naturally.
Yeah, the urge comes naturally. It's there. God has put it there.
So those kind of people, how will they manage or handle this
sexual urge?
Yeah.
You know one of the things I tell them to do is soak yourself into work for the meantime while they're waiting for the guy. Get yourself busy. Get busy. Soak yourself into work. Go out with your female friends. Enjoy your life. See, while you're waiting, enjoy your life.
I like that word you said. Enjoy your life. In this part of the world, when you talk about enjoyment, about good percentage of us, what's with term enjoyment is sex.
There are different ways to enjoy yourself. It's not only, even in marriage, it's not only sex that brings fulfillment. So how much more for a single person? So there are different things you can do. You can go to the cinema with your friends. You can pick your ticket and your passport till you're traveling out. Nobody will hold you. In fact, I tell people, maximize your singleness.
Yeah, find out the things that interest you as a person.
Find your purpose. Get stuck without your purpose. Find your purpose, stay with it, work at it. While you are doing it, the guy or the lady will show up. I have seen people who it was in the course of carrying out their purpose that they met their spouses. And it makes it makes the person that is meeting you know that look, you're not a liability. You are someone that is busy. You have somewhere you're going. You have a future in view. You're not just looking for. It's not as if your esteem is not in place, and you're looking for somebody to help your esteem. You're already a complete
person to be taken. Now, because of this wrong impression and the way we've termed it and the way we treat and see and project sex, our children are now picking the sex in a wrong way.
Yeah.
And the way we talk about it, even we have some program in our nation today that you see children go to national television and they have sex, and we see how we criticize them. What do you have to say about this?
You see, as parents, we must lay the right foundation for our children in every area of their life. We must not, the mistake we make is a lot of us, we focus on education only. We don't talk to our children, we don't engage them, we don't discuss with them. Like I told you earlier on, look, I discuss with my children. I have my first child now is 13. She knows what LGBT is. She knows what being a gay is. She knows what being a lesbian is. She knows what being an homosexual is. So, and I discuss sex with them to the level at which they can understand.
Yeah.
She knows what sexual intercourse is. She knows that when you sleep with a man, when you insert the penis into the vagina and the person is already menstruating, it leads to pregnancy. So there's no, you see, if we don't discuss with our children, then they will be taught outside. And it's unfortunate that if we allow them to learn from outside, they learn the wrong things. So the earlier we start with, I started discussing things that has to do with sex and sexual abuse with my children as far as, 2 years. I have a 3-year-old. She knows you're not supposed to kiss her. She knows that even as a parent, you're supposed to peck her. So she knows you're not supposed to touch her bum bum. So, we must start it early so that they can know.
Yes.
The internet is,
it's available for them to learn.
For them to learn. So if you don't do your homework, then they get into the wrong hands and they learn the wrong things.
Wow! Thank you very much for educating us and letting us know that the big issue, like I called it, we should learn to talk about it, so that being a religious nation should not be a disadvantage for us. It actually should be an advantage for us. Now, this month has been a Mother's Day. So
it's the motto of the mothers.
Mothers, yeah. And BD Sword want to celebrate mothers. So what do you have to tell women out there for us?
I love women.
Same here with me.
They're my first constituency.
I like that.
I'm a leader in my church. And one of the platforms where God has used, to breed me, to enhance my giftings, to showcase my gifting, has been in the Women of Destiny. That's the Women Fellowship of Daystar Christian Center. So I love women. I love them passionately. I love anything that has to do with womanhood. I jealously guard, that area. Because you see, I know that without women, the world will be in chaos.
Exactly.
We help the men to arrange their lives. We help our children arrange their lives. With, the woman is the person who takes care of everybody at her own expense. She takes care of everybody and remembers herself last. At times, she might not even remember herself. She leaves her needs. She drops them to the background because she wants to take care of her husband and her children. She wants them to be happy.
And her generation.
So I celebrate womanhood. I cherish women. They are like I said, they're my first constituency, and I don't joke with them. And I love my friends. I'm sure if you go to my Facebook page, you saw what I posted, many faces of my mother, and I celebrated my daughters, I celebrated myself, I celebrated my female friends and my big sisters.
And I love women too. I love women too. I love my mom, and I loved, they were the strong pillars I had growing up. Unfortunately, they are all late. My mom, at least I lost her when I was in primary school, and my grandmom, she was a superwoman. Wow, a woman that I've not seen the 4 words of education, but she was a leader. From core camp to the village, she was leading she was even leading the men. They call her American woman.
Wow.
That was one of my dreams, that I'm going to take her to America. And that was my crying the day she died. I said, oh God, I didn't fulfill that purpose. You can imagine a woman that's not even seen Lagos, and they call her American woman.
She's different. She's unique.
She's strong. Wow, Olayinka, thank you for coming on Baby's World, and thank you for joining us to celebrate women. What is your last parting word for our viewers and for women today?
For the viewers at home, it's been nice. I'm sure you're enjoying this program, but I want to let you know, discuss sex in your marriage, discuss sex with your children. Don't hide from discussing it. It's a pertinent issue and it should be discussed. And if you need help, look for help. There are solutions. You know, there's a saying that goes, a problem shared is half solved. Look for solutions to any challenges you have that has to do with your sexual life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on this show.
Pleasure.
We appreciate it a lot. Wow, you've heard it from Olayinka herself. There's one word she said there that really got me interested. Our women should stop this mindset of feeling used each time they have sex with a man or with their husband. It is a cultural thing in our society. A woman feels, I've been used. No, it's a two-way thing. And if you've not been getting it that way, you better change it. She said it today, that when you're getting into such thing, you should have it at the back of your mind. You're giving the man and the man is giving you. And if you're giving him and he's not ready to give you, there's no point getting into such acts. That's much we're taking today on Billy Social. But before we go, we want to say Happy Women's Day to all the strong women out there. It's not been easy. Being a woman in Africa is not easy. I'm a living testimony, I can tell you. For you to be a woman and you're from an Africa, I celebrate you. I celebrate you. I celebrate you. If you have missed this interview, you can watch it on Biddy's show. That is www.biddysworld.tv. Bye.